I'm pregnant, Julian.
Are you joking? I am traveling to start my life. I don't have room for a baby holding me back.
But Julian, I sacrificed everything for you.
How it all started. The humid air of the University of Ultimate, a private university, hung heavy over the lagoon. For Ilara, the world centered on the dusty desks of the main library, where she spent her nights studying for her sociology exams. It started at a fellowship bash. She met Julian, a final-year student. Julian was handsome and drove a small car, something rare for a student. He called her Queen and promised to help her with her chemistry assignments. Julian was the star boy of the faculty. He was brilliant, ambitious, and handsome in a way that commanded every room, while Ilara was a 200-level student. At first, Ilara was careful. But Julian was persistent. He bought her lunch, paid for her handouts, and made her feel like the most important girl on campus. Slowly, Ilara stopped going to the library. She started spending her evenings in Julian's room off campus. During Julian's final semester, his father's business crumbled back home in Port Harcourt. The funds for his expensive final-year project, the 3D models, the high-end plotting, the site visits, dried up instantly. Without hesitation, Ilara took action. She skipped her own hostel fees, opting to squat with 5 girls in a single room so she could give Julian the money. She sold her high-end smartphone and took up a grueling job as a waitress at a local restaurant, smelling of palm oil and sweat every night just to ensure Julian had the best materials for his Dream City project. The night Julian defended his thesis and earned an A, they celebrated in his small off-campus room. In the glow of his success, he whispered promises of a big life in Lagos. That night, Ilara gave him the only thing she had left to give, her virginity. One rainy Tuesday morning, Ilara couldn't get out of bed. The smell of her roommate's frying onions made her stomach turn. She missed her period and another. The pregnancy test strip showed 2 red lines. Her world went silent. 3 months later, the star boy was headed for the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC. He hadn't been posted to Lagos, he had used his family's remaining connections to secure a lucrative spot at an oil farm in Abuja. Ilara met him at the Baga bus park, her heart heavy. "Julian, I'm pregnant." The noise of the shouting conductors and the revving engines seemed to fade as Julian's face turned to stone. He didn't pull her close. He stepped back. "Pregnant." "Ilara, are you joking?" he hissed, looking around to see if anyone heard. "I am going to Abuja to start my life. I don't have room for a baby or a small-town girl holding me back. My parents expect me to marry into a family that can help us rebuild. But Julian, I sacrificed everything for you. I even lost my semester because I was working for your project." "I didn't force you," he said, his voice cold as ice. He boarded the bus without helping her with her bags or offering a single naira. As the bus pulled out towards the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Ilara collapsed onto a wooden bench, invisible in the chaos of the city. Ilara tried to hide it. She wore big sweaters even in the Nigerian heat. But by her second semester exams, the morning sickness was too much. She fainted during a physics practical. The school clinic called her parents. The ride back to her village was the longest journey of her life. Her father did not speak. Her mother wept quietly into her wrapper. Because they could no longer afford the medical bills and the school fees at the same time, Ilara had to sign the withdrawal forms. The next 4 years were a baptism by fire.